over the grill method already. We went over how we're going to grill things. The demo really is going to show it all. The food next class is going to be very, very simple. Very simple, but very easy to screw up. All right, it's going to be very good food too. All right, so we're making grilled beef steak. It says medium there, but you guys all memorized your temperatures for red meat, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sure? Yeah? I hope so. It might be on a test. Still, do we have a test? No, we don't. It's going to be a test in the future. So if I bring my steak to 130 degrees internal temperature, what doneness is that?
Rare?
What doneness is that?
Medium?
What doneness is that?
No, 165. Rare is
130.
135. Medium rare. Medium rare.
Medium rare, 130. Come on.
120.
Know these, please.
Is rare.
So here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna show you guys how to set up the grill station. We're gonna use the cast iron grills that we have underneath the stoves over here. And we're gonna set up those grill stations, and we are going to cook our steaks to one of two donenesses. I'm going to ask you what doneness you prefer of these two donenesses. I'm gonna ask you in the beginning of class, before you cook your steak. That doneness you give me is going to be your target doneness. You may choose between medium and medium rare.
Medium rare.
One of the two. No, you cannot choose rare. It's too easy. All right? So medium or medium rare. Got it? Wait.
Wait, what about medium well?
No medium well. Just medium rare or medium. All right?
Just
If you want to go to
cook
medium
chicken.
well, throw it in the oven before you go to dinner. All right. So I'm also going to be looking for good hatch marks, good grill marks on your steak and on your vegetables. We are making some vegetables as well. We're going to be doing grilled vegetables, Provençal style. When we're cutting vegetables, we're cutting zucchini, eggplant, red onion, portobello mushrooms, and red peppers. We're going to be cutting them to larger chunks. There's some other ways I'm going to show you how to process the mushrooms and things like that. But we're going to marinate them. We're going to be making a marinade of aromatic oil, using olive oil, garlic, fresh rosemary, fresh oregano. We're going to aromatize it with those fresh herbs. We're going to add in some balsamic vinegar. We're getting in white balsamic vinegar for that, so it's a little more rounded flavor. Season that, toss it into your cut veg. Allow your veg to marinate for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then we're going to grill the vegetables with the steak. Got it?
Yes, chef.
That's our grilled vegetables Provençal style. For the sauce, we are making Béarnaise sauce. Hey, Béarnaise. So Béarnaise, as we went through before, is a derivative of what mother sauce?
Espanol.
Hollandaise? Anyone else?
Velouté?
Velouté? Anyone else?
Espanol.
Espanol? Yeah, you guys are guessing.
Bechamel.
Huh?
I don't even think it is.
Bechamel.
It's not good.
It's not a derivative at all of any of the sauces.
Dang, man.
So it is a misconception that Béarnaise is a derivative of Hollandaise. It's going to be made in almost the exact same way as your Hollandaise. However, you're going to start your Béarnaise off with shallots, peppercorns, cracked peppercorns, chopped shallots, dried tarragon leaves that we have in the jar, right? And the tarragon stems from a few fresh tarragon sprigs that we're going to take the leaves off. And we're going to chop those and put them in the sauce later. The stems are going to go in there as well. All four of those things are going to go into tarragon vinegar and white wine, and we're going to reduce that down until it is a syrup, so it's al sec. Once it's al sec, all the aromatics have released all their aromatic properties, and then we're going to strain that out. We're going to add about 2 ounces of fresh water, clean water, to that. Strain that out into our egg yolks. That's going to be our water content for the egg yolks. Remember how to make hollandaise, right? From there, we whip it, double it in size, cook it over the double boiler. Add our clarified butter while whisking, and we have a tarragon flavored hollandaise at that point, right, or more or less, right? And then we add in the chopped tarragon, and minced tarragon, and we're also going to mince some chervil to go in there, and that's classic Béarnaise sauce. Very heavily flavored with tarragon, very good with steak. Often, if you go to Paris, you go to any bistro in Paris, and what do you order with steak? Steak frites, right? You've heard of steak frites before?
Yeah.
Steak frites. It's a grilled steak, beef steak, right?
Fries.
With fries and Béarnaise sauce, right? So very, very classic bistro dish. All right, so that's our Béarnaise sauce. So it is not a derivative of hollandaise. You will go to other classes after this class, like a la carte and stuff, and those teachers will tell you, your Béarnaise sauce is a derivative of hollandaise. What are you going to tell them?
Yes, chef.
You're going to tell them, yes, chef. But you're going to remember, because you know in your head and in your heart, you know who's right.
I think I heard who's French Laundry.
Thomas Keller?
Yeah, Thomas Keller said it was good.
It is not a derivative. Thomas Keller is wrong. You did not tell, you're not going to tell anybody I said that, because I might lose my job. All right, here we go. So that's sauce Béarnaise. And then we're also going to make pomme rösti. Rösti potatoes. Very, very German. Pomme rösti is sort of like hash browns, kind of, right? Sort of like a latke. Have you ever had a latke before? Right? So we're going to take our potatoes, peel them, 2 potatoes whole, peel them, grate them on the grater, on the large grate of the box grater, and then we're going to put them in a container and we're going to run them under water for just a little while, just a few seconds, just to drain off and rinse off all of the starch on the potatoes. Once all the starch, once the water runs clear, then we're going to take the potatoes out, we're going to squeeze them with their water, and we're going to spread them out on a Kimberly Clark that's on a McDonald's tray. Spread them out real nice and thin, and we're going to roll that Kimberly Clark up and squeeze again to get all the moisture off of there. Once we take all the moisture off, we're going to take the potatoes, we're going to put them in a bowl, we're going to put some butter on top of those potatoes, and that's going to be whole butter melted. Okay, once the whole butter melted on those potatoes, and we're going to put some salt and pepper on there. You could put a little nutmeg on there if you want, but we're going to go with just salt and pepper. And then we're going to take a saute pan, a non-stick saute pan, one of those egg pans, and we're going to put a little clarified butter in that pan. We're going to take the roasted potatoes, pack them into that pan to make a nice thick disc. It's going to be about this thick. And we're going to put it on the stove top, turn on the stove, and we're going to let it go. We're going to let it start to brown. You're going to hear it sizzle. You'll know when it's ready to do something with it when you shake it and the whole mass moves by itself. That means the potatoes, the starch is fusing together at the very bottom. At that point, you're going to take it and you're going to put it in the oven. And you're going to leave it in the oven until the top becomes slightly golden brown. Once it's slightly golden brown, you're going to take it out of the oven. You're going to take a pot lid, put it on top of the pan, flip it over on top of the pot lid, and you're going to slide it back off into the pan so that the bottom side is now on the top. You're going to put it back in the oven. You're going to continue roasting it until that bottom is nice and golden brown. We take it out, let it rest, cut it into like wedges, and that's our pomme rösti. Center should be nice and soft. The outside should be super duper crispy like a cracker. And that's a beautiful pomme rösti. That's going to be served with our steak, Béarnaise sauce, and grilled vegetables. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Simple, not hard at all. This is actually a very, very easy dish, but it's very easy to overcook and screw up this dish, right? So here's your sequence. You are going to start, the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to make your pomme rösti. It's going to take a while. You're going to start it and get it into the oven. It's going to take a while in the oven, right? Yes.
This is after the practical, right?
Yeah, it's after the knife tray practical, right? So once your potatoes are in the oven, then you can start marinating your vegetables. You're going to make the marinade, get it onto your vegetables after you're going to cut the vegetables at the same time. Marinate those vegetables, let them sit, and then you can start prepping your Béarnaise sauce. You can actually make the reduction for your Béarnaise sauce early. You can finish that Béarnaise sauce later on, right? So once that's done, then your rösti should be ready to flip. Then you put it back in the oven. Your veggies, you can take them out and you can actually let them just kind of drip and get all the marinade off of them at that point. And then you're ready to grill. Your pan is going to be preheating at that time. Get your grill pan hot, and 2 people are going to share one grill pan. You're going to cook your vegetables and your meat at the same time, okay? So your 2 people aren't going to be cooking on the same grill pan at the same time, though. You're going to be doing it and then taking turns, right? Got it?
Yes, chef.
So while those are cooking, you can finish up your Béarnaise sauce, right? And your potatoes should be out, and you can cut them at that point. Yeah.
How are you presenting it? Are we doing A, B, C, D, or?
Yeah, we're gonna go just like we always did. So this time it's gonna be B, C, D, A.
Okay.
B, C, D, A. Right? Got it?
Yeah.
Questions about that? This is actually a pretty simple thing. Okay? Now, the one thing in here is our knife practical. At 2:15, we have our knife practical. 1 onion, small dice. Actually, let's move it up to 2 o'clock. Okay, let's get all set up by 2 o'clock. Got it? Yeah?
Yes, chef.
1 onion, small dice. 1 onion sliced, 1/8 inch slice. 3 garlic cloves minced. 2 shallots minced. Quarter bunch of onion minced. 1 tomato into petals, right? So we're gonna peel and seed. Cut it into petals. You're gonna take a small vegetable bag after I score you, and you're gonna put 2 of your petals in a bag and you put your name on it. You're gonna put that in a pan in the fridge. That's going to be for your day 28 practical. So don't forget to do that, or you're going to have to do it on that day. All right? 1 potato julienne, 1 potato medium dice, and 1 potato into 2 tournées. All of that, 40 minutes. Huh? Yes, seriously. Yeah, no problem, right?
I'm not
Yeah, you know what? All the other fundamentals classes are like looking at that and going, we can't do that in 40 minutes. I took you guys down below 40, didn't I? Remember day 3. On day 3, this was your knife tray on day 3. This was your knife tray on day 3. Guess how long you guys took to make it? An hour and a half. And some of you guys struggled to do that. Now you have 40 minutes and you guys are like, no problem, right? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Look how far you've come. Okay? Even with a pandemic in between everything, right?
sir.
Okay. So that's your knife practical. Got it? So that knife practical is worth 100 points.
What?
What? Yes, 100 points. Wait?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so that's day 27. Questions? All right, let's talk about day 28.
No.
Woohoo!